guys, Dr. Candy here, and welcome back again to another episode of my Oral Health Diaries. Today is going to be a very vibrant episode, and we're going to be discussing prevention of dental fluorosis. We're still in Nakuru. Anyways, so we are still with our specialist, Dr. Maronga. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Okay, so we had mentioned that our specialist is very passionate about prevention of dental fluorosis, hence our nice setup right here. So maybe we can start with asking Daktari, why are you very passionate about prevention of fluorosis?
Now, prevention is definitely better than cure. And if you find a tooth that has been affected by fluorosis, even as a restorative dentist or any other dentist for that matter, it's not easy to treat it. It's like somebody giving you an assignment to paint on a wet wall. It's not easy to do it. You do it, it will peel off. So we want to prevent so that we reduce the costs of treatment. And we also, even when we are treating, we find that we have a good tooth to work with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In our previous episode, you told us that the highest content of ingested fluoride is in our drinking water.
Drinking and cooking water.
Drinking and cooking water.
Yeah.
Yes. So, being that the highest content of ingested fluoride is in our drinking and cooking water, so that means we actually need to know how much fluoride is there in that water.
Yes.
So, what should we do?
The starting point is usually to get the water tested.
Yes.
And that's one of the solutions that TAPSAFE offers. You send a sample to us here at CDN, third floor CDN plaza, and we are working with labs outside that have the capacity to test the water. So they can look at the content of fluoride, but they can also look at several other parameters, physical parameters, chemical parameters, heavy metals, bacterial contamination, and all that sample. So that can be done, but our focus is mainly on fluoride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So get the water tested. Yeah.
Under TAPSAFE, you
Yes.
get the water tested.
Yes.
So what do people do? Do they come to you? You come collect the water, or what happens? How does that process work?
You just send the water to us. You can use any of the courier services. Usually we use Fargo Courier. It will cost you from anywhere around the country. It will definitely be less than 500 shillings,
Okay.
280, 300 shillings. So the water comes to us. Usually the cost of testing for fluoride is 1,000 shillings, and you will get your results within 5 working days or less. So we tell you what the level of fluoride is, and we give a recommendation whether you need a filter or you don't need a filter.
Okay.
Then we take it from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have gone through this and I believe it's quite fair. So you just collect your water in a clean bottle, I guess.
Yes.
And then you send it for testing.
Yes.
And then all these parameters, I think we'll be able to project this and you guys will be able to see how the parameters are looking like. But Dr. you said from anywhere in Kenya, someone can collect and send.
Yeah, from anywhere they can send. The only challenge is where you want to test for bacterial contamination.
Yes.
Then you need to get a sterile bottle from us.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, the other parameters, you get 1 liter of water, and we can test that for you.
We can test that.
Yeah.
All right. Remember on our previous episode, we said dental fluorosis could happen from the time you're pregnant. Yes. So when you're pregnant, you need to start being very cautious about the type of water you are drinking. So it's good you get tested. Be 100% sure about the water you're taking. So now at TAPSAFE, you said that you're focused on fluorosis and fluorosis prevention.
Yeah.
So you're doing talk about fluoride management,
Yeah.
right? So what do you offer to the client here?
Okay, so as this is showing, and I'll show you what we have here at the practice, is if you there are 2 possible sources of water.
Yes.
You can have either borehole water or you can have municipal water.
Yes.
So for borehole water, borehole water tends to have a lot of particles, solid particles, total dissolved solids and all that. So you will need to have a pre-filter, which we have shown here. But sometimes it can be a series of pre-filters to just make sure that those particles are not there.
Yes.
Then we send that water into, so these 2 are installed at your kitchen sink. so where you are getting your cooking and drinking water. Then you have this machine which uses reverse osmosis technology to remove the fluoride from the water, so that you have safe cooking and drinking water. This can filter up to 1,400 liters per day, but from what we have seen is that an average family uses about 100 to 200 liters per day.
Okay.
So that is really what is needed. So then you will get now a separate tap at your kitchen that has safe cooking and drinking water, hence the name of TAPSAFE, water, safe tap water at your kitchen sink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most of our viewers would probably have the assumption that, you know, when I taste and it's salty water, it must have a high content of fluoride. Is that true, or what would you?
Not necessarily. Remember, fluoride is one of the salts that are dissolved in water, but it's not the only one. But generally what we recommend is that just be aware of the water you are using by having it tested.
Yes.
We get a lot of samples coming in. Some we give them a clean report when we find that the water doesn't have any of those harmful salts like fluoride. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I see we have you call them pre-filters.
Pre-filters.
Okay, so that depends on the result after the analysis. You'll decide if you need the pre-filters and the fluoride defluoridation machine. Generally,
we recommend yes for fluoride, yes, but if we are going to install it, the source of the water is what will determine whether we need a pre-filter or we don't need a pre-filter. We usually say for borehole water, you need to have a pre-filter. But you will realize that even people who get municipal water, once in a while, that municipal water is not there and you've got to buy water from somewhere and you don't know where that water is coming from. So generally, to protect our reverse osmosis filter, we usually install a pre-filter and a filter so that you have safe cooking and drinking water. Yeah.
So that means we can live can we call it American dream? Because we watch it on TV with the actors and everything just fetching water from the tap, and we don't have that privilege.
We actually have here.
Yeah, yes. Because we buy a lot of drinking water.
Yeah.
The cheapest probably would be, how many liters is the big bottle that we refill?
20 liters.
It's 20 liters, so that would be around 200 shillings. So you're looking at, you spend quite an amount of money refilling. And if you're those people who don't know a refill station, you're probably buying from the supermarket about 500 per bottle. Yeah, and you could have a tap with clean water. So maybe, Doc, if you don't mind, you can show us. We would like to have a look and maybe encourage us to get these filters installed. Yes.
So remember also for water, a lot of times the refill water, people just buy drinking water.
Yes.
But we've said it's all the water that you take into the body in your food and in your drink. So if you were to buy, you will probably spend up to 1,000 shillings per week, depending on the size of the family. You cook with it and drink it.
Yeah.
So that's quite a lot.
Yes.
As opposed to having so you can have a glass.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So we've got two sources of water here. This is our municipal water. So at the very minimum, at least it's been treated to some extent.
Yes.
But whether it has fluoride or it doesn't, that's something that it's neither here nor there.
We can test.
While on this side, you can actually test. While on this side, now we have our safe cooking and drinking water. So here at our practice, we really, as you are coming in, we don't have a water dispenser. We all get our drinking water from here, and for our meals, we also get water from here.
Okay.
So if you were to just have a taste of how this tastes.
Is it safe?
It's safe.
Okay, fine.
It's safe.
Okay.
Yes, this is safe. It's not going to give you
okay.
an infection or anything. So this is our tap water that we get from the municipal. And on this other side, this is the water that has been filtered. Let me just get you this.
We're trying to see, guys, if it tastes a bit different. so I'll tell you the truth and not be biased.
Do you feel any difference?
It tastes a bit different, slightly different, but you could feel there's something. It's different.
Yes. So what really makes this water safe for cooking and drinking is what we have down here. So as you can see, this is the filter that I was showing you. It's the TAPSAFE filter. It's using reverse osmosis technology. So what happens is, as the water is coming in, you can see there is a T-junction. So this is what we get installed in your kitchen sink. You have this T-junction, it diverts the water and the water comes in here. It's cleaned up or it's filtered. The wastewater joins the waste system and is taken to the sewerage system, and the clean water comes up this tap, and you get your safe cooking and drinking water at your sink here. So this is what we basically have. As I told you, for municipal water we do connect directly like this.
Yes.
We've been using this since we opened this practice.
Okay.
And we haven't had any issues with it. But if you are using borehole water, we will usually install pre-filters for you at no extra cost.
Okay.
Pre-filters, so that we make sure we protect the membranes that are in here from clogging, because large particles tend to clog the water.
Okay.
The noise level, very minimal. The space, as you can see, it occupies a very small space. So it means if you are struggling with storage space, at your kitchen, you are not so much worried, because even the pre-filters are usually a very small space, and you have a lot of space there.
Yes.
The noise levels are quite to the minimum. Like now, you can, it's running,
Yes.
and you can still have a conversation.
Yeah,
So it's not going to have a lot of noise. The other concern that people ask is electricity. Yeah. So the electricity here is minimum. It's almost like adding one more bulb in your house. So it shouldn't really be so much in terms of electricity. The other question people ask is about if I'm going to move.
Yes.
Yes.
What
I say the very same way you move with your TV and everything from your house is the same way you move with your filter. You just need to let us know that you are moving, and we'll send somebody to you. They will remove it and install it where you have moved to, at a very minimum cost.
Yeah.
The other thing is about the other maintenance costs.
Yes.
Usually this has, as you can see, it has blinkers of light that will show you that it's in working condition. If it's not, if one of the membranes need to be changed, usually the carbon membrane will cost about 2,000 shillings. The reverse osmosis membrane will cost about 5,000 shillings. So if something is not working, be it in Nairobi, Nakuru, wherever, we usually send somebody to you. They'll come and they'll fix it for you, so that you continue to enjoy your safe cooking and drinking water.
Yeah, I'm about to ask you the billion-dollar question.
Yeah.
How much does it cost, this filter?
This costs 45,000 shillings.
Okay.
That 45,000 includes the, you'll need to get a socket.
Yes.
So there is the double socket, there is some plumbing, that trunking needed there, some electrical cable, everything that is inclusive. And we also pay the person who's coming to install it.
Okay.
We've outsourced that service, so we've got plumbers all over. So they are able to come install that thing. They have been trained. They also understand electricity, so they come do it safely, install it. Once you have water at your tap, then you make the payment.
Okay.
And that's 45,000 all inclusive.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good deal, because I know the cost of treatment of dental fluorosis and the implications, not only cost, psychosocial and everything.
Yeah.
I think it's a worthwhile investment, and I would like to encourage anyone who is concerned about that, or you've listened to a discussion and you're concerned about fluorosis. Please just make that decision. Prevention is always better than cure. So we'll make sure on this video we attach the numbers and contacts for TAPSAFE. Then if you'd like to reach out to them, please feel free to do so. Like legit, for real, this water, it actually tastes a bit different. Yeah, so make sure you do that, because it'll save you a whole lifetime of trouble. It's like an electrical appliance in your house. Ukihama utaibeba tu. Like, people would say that it's only for a place that you bought a house, nini. Anyone can have these machines. So thank you, Daktari, for taking us through this very enlightening conversation. It's good that you started TAPSAFE. At least now we know what to do. If we want to test for our water, we will send our water for testing, and you will always give us the results, which is quite good. Yes. And we can get the machines from you as well. That's a good course to follow. So asante sana for joining us again.
Thank
we are yet to discuss management, so we'll still see you again on my oral health. Asante sana.
Right,
thank you guys. We'll see you next week on My Oral Health Diaries. That was very nice. Like my feet were killing me.
Umechoka na nini?
Exercise.